Hey Mason families, it's Jonathan Cooper and I'm coming to you from my home office today. And our update today is just a couple things, but we wanted to keep you in the loop. First and foremost, we miss you. We really miss you. We miss our students, and the remote learning experience, as great as it's been, it does not replace the experience that we're able to create when we're all together, when the energy of our hallways, with the hustle and bustle of our students as they're going from class to class and all the things that are happening throughout our buildings, it will never replace that. So I just want you to know we miss you. As you can imagine, we watch closely as the governor is giving updates on a daily basis, because those updates have great impacts on the way that we do business. And so as excited as we are to hear that in May, they're hoping to begin systematically opening the economy. And we're so excited to hear that for our small businesses and our community, because we love to see the local businesses here in Mason succeed. And so we're excited to hear that news. And we're glad to hear that they're thinking about doing that in a safe way for our community. As we hear about the safety regulations and hearing the governor say the last thing that will come together are large groups, it leads us to believe that we will not most likely be coming back together this year for school. We'll continue to deliver remote learning experiences to the best of our abilities. If that changes, obviously that we will share that with you as soon as we know more. And as that becomes official, we'll share that with you as we know more. But that's what the evidence is showing us right now, so we're planning on that. However, behind the scenes, our executive team is working diligently on thinking through all of the safety protocols, procedures, how to create a safe environment for our kids when that day does come that we can return back to our schools. So whether that's at the end of this year or in the fall, we are working to make sure that whatever we do, that the safety of our kids, the safety of our students and our staff are always the number one priority. So we will make sure that we are ready for that day whenever that day comes. I'd also like to just take a second to recognize a special recognition for all of our seniors and their families. I can't imagine not being able to participate in all of those events that you were looking forward to. Prom coming up next week and all the events and things that you would do this week to prepare for that. And then the spring play, the athletics that were going to be taking place during the spring. I am sure there's so much disappointment, frustration, loss, grieving over not being able to do these things. And I'll tell you this, we are thinking a lot about you, because we're trying to think of creative ways to create Mason moments that would not replace those moments, because we'll never replace the real thing, but trying to create ways to honor you as seniors. And so you'll hear more about that. I sent a message to our seniors, and they can watch that message in their email and hear a little bit more about some of the things that we are trying to do as a school system to connect with our seniors. I also want to speak specifically to graduation. Graduation is that Mason moment that we all work towards from preschool all the way through 12th grade. It's one of the most amazing Mason moments that we can deliver. It's the ultimate Mason moment. And as we look towards graduation and thinking about bringing large groups of people together, if that's not allowed, which it sounds like it's not going to be allowed, we will come up with creative solutions, creative ways to honor the graduation ceremony. It may not be walking across the stage in the Cintas Center, but we are looking for ways to creatively do that in a safe way for our students. And we have all kinds of ideas coming together. We have all kinds of feedback. And as soon as we know more specifics about what we can and can't do, and we're hoping to hear that in the next week or so, we will communicate with our families exactly what we're thinking and how we hope to honor our seniors during that graduation moment for them. So stay tuned, and families, we miss you. Students, we dearly miss you. And I hope everyone is staying well. I will leave you with this, just a personal connection. I have 4 kids, and you probably have heard me talk about them. We love our kids, and Michelle and I watch our kids as they're navigating this world that we're all in now and trying to make sense out of it. And you know, it's hard enough as adults to make sense out of it. You hear of all your friends and family losing jobs and income and the scariness of that. And then you hear of the health concerns, and I'm starting to know more and more people that are personally impacted by COVID-19, and it's scary. Well, I'll say this. We were talking with our second grader, and she had a stomach ache for the last few days, and we thought something might be wrong. We actually had a strep test taken because we thought maybe she had strep. Well, she didn't. As we talked with her more, what we realized was she did not know how to articulate, but she is feeling stress. When we finally asked her, hey Tess, we know that sometimes the stress of the world can also make us feel different physically. Is that what's happening to you? And tell us about that. She broke down and started crying, and she said, it's the COVID-19, it's coronavirus. I'm afraid that I'm gonna die from it. And she shared that with us, and it broke our hearts. She said, I miss my friends. I want to be back at school. I'm sure some of your kids are experiencing the same anxiety. And I would just encourage you as parents, as grandparents, as guardians, to open up that conversation. Don't be afraid to have the conversation. Open those lines of communication and do that in a way that's ready to listen and ready to hear the hearts of your kids. Because we are all in this together, and no one's been through anything like this before. So there's not like a playbook that we can all go to. There's not a parenting guide for pandemics. But we know that our kids need us now more than ever. And we know as a community, we're in this together. So you're not alone. So if you need other parents to talk that through with you, if you need school personnel to talk that through with you, we have counselors, we have mental wellness support, we have people who care not only about your kids, but they care about you. We want to see our community stronger together. So if there's anything we can do to support you in this time, please reach out to us. Allow us to serve you in that way. All right, families, I hope that you have a good weekend. I hope that you're able to get out and enjoy the weather. Thanks so much for tuning in.